What's up guys, I'm on the way to go pick up my 180 and this is something that I've been waiting for almost the whole time now I've had the car, but one thing or another has just sort of always gotten in the way. And now it's a funny story. I was in Japan and we were talking at how good this 1V looked, and my mates Vip and Regan commented just how ugly SIL80s are and how much they hate them. I made the decision that I was going to convert my SIL80 into a 180 and today it has finally happened. So I'm pretty keen to go check it out. Alright, so we've just rocked up at Mert. The 180 is now at the front, so let's go get a reaction shot, shall we? Nice. What's up? Spray down some of the new Team No Superstars colour on a test panel and just see how it all goes, see how much I actually like the colour and if I want to go ahead, so check it out. I'm sorry, that totally wasn't even planned. Camera did die while I was sanding yesterday, so you didn't get to film the new team colours going down. So let's go check it out now. Sorry, you're just gonna have to wait just like I am to see the finished product. So now I'm going to install the coilovers that I picked up in the last video into the S13. But before we do, we've got to clean up the threads, set the heights, set the dampeners, and then we can get stuck into it. Now that I've finished cleaning up the threads on the coilovers, I've set the height to approximately where I want it. We'll do the final set on the height once it's in the car and everything's bolted up. And then we've also set the dampener to the softer settings because the hard dampener settings are meant for only like cool kids with street cars, so we want this car to perform. So definitely no hard dampener settings. So now it's time to put these back into the car. On last night, so spacers are on as well. Just waiting on half shafts, toe and camber arms, and then that'll be the rear end complete. I just finished installing all 4 coilovers. I don't know yet if I need to set the camber from the top at the camber top or from the bottom at the knuckle end, so I've still got to confirm with Mr. Drift School himself whether you need to do that. The factory lower control arms. First up this morning, we've got to change some tyres. So I've only got 8 skid rims, and I've got drift school on Saturday and then driftability on Sunday. So I've got to sparingly use all these because I won't be able to get to a tyre shop to get some more tyres changed in between time. So that try semis again on the CSTs. These Touradors on the XD7s. Got some 225s for the Drift Techs. Obviously it's not ideal. I do need more tyres and skid rims and probably a tyre machine of my own, but for now we are off to Caddington Off-Road to get all the tyres fitted up. That LS life servicing is something you can just throw out the window because they just really don't need it. You know, every 10 events or so it's probably good to change the oil just because it's probably the right thing to do. We are also running GM oil filters on the LS. Now I know what you're thinking, it's probably not necessary, the Rycos etc all do the same job, but in fact they don't. Me and Big Mitch from WA Performance actually cut open a GM and a Ryco, and indeed the GM has a much larger filtration area. So as always, a big thank you to Penrite Oil for supplying all the oils that keep all my motors from throwing rods. Okay, so now that we got the 180 home, let's have a look at the 180 conversion in a bit more detail and all the hard work that Matt's been putting in. First off, don't mind the lack of side skirt on this side. We had a bit of an accident at school yesterday, so we are missing the side skirt. We have Origin 55mm wide body front fenders. Now, these are some of the worst fenders I've actually ever seen, so I'm a bit disappointed. This gap is terrible. I've had to break it here, and I've had to break it further underneath as well, just to get it to reasonably sit well. Sits fine just up the top, you know, we could probably pull that out a little bit better. Yeah, a bit disappointed, especially with the price those fenders are delivered, but you get that. We have a Kojo Corp. This is a D-Max Type 2 front bumper. These guys are bringing in heaps of cool drift related parts, so best to just jump on their page and have a look at everything. Obviously we got the pop-up headlights. I do have covers for them. It's just because we're going to be painting very soon, I didn't bother putting them on. And we have a OEM metal bonnet that probably won't last too long. I haven't got a vented fiberglass one at the moment, so we have now removed all the sponsor stickers. Now I know what you're probably thinking, don't stress out, we do have big things planned for early 2020 and all the sponsors are 100% on board with the idea and it's going to look fucking sick. So it's just another one of those little things you guys are going to have to stay tuned for. As you guys can see here, Mert has whipped up another one of his very famous and intricate bash bars. He's gone pretty all out on this one. He's gusseted it here, so if we do have minor side impacts, these will fold in and we won't have to actually come back for a new bar. Welded these tabs on, basically because if you've ever owned a 180SX with the aftermarket front bumper, it don't sit very well, so that's a nice, easy, simple solution, so it mounts up to the bonnet. Obviously we've got some more bracing there, super simple, so it actually bolts up to factory bolt holes. That's pretty cool. He has remounted my overflow, got these bracketing bars here for the headlights. We've also got this bar he's welded here. So this is our adjustment bar. As you can see, that's at full height. So if we want like a lazy eye, all we'll do is just drill a hole here. If we want it fully sharp, we'll just drill a hole there, and then we just got to manually adjust. More than likely we'll stay up just due to laziness, so we'll have to wire those headlights up pretty soon so we can get out and drive at night. So don't mind the bonnet pins. Again, just temporary so I can quickly get to school. And as you can see, he's incorporated some tabs for obviously the bonnet pins and the mounting of the headlights and the fender. So he's re-gusseted all that. That comes up super neat. So he's done really well actually just working with sort of, you know, the tube front end that's there and keeping it nice and neat and simple and just absolutely doing his thing once again.